Okay, everyone, we are going to do the Augacephalus ezendami rehousing. Hopefully this is visible for everybody because I'm going to do it the normal way that I always do my rehousings. I'm not doing it anything special. This will go inside the enclosure. We'll get the tarantula in the enclosure. We'll put this in here, let the tarantula out, and hopefully she'll go into the pre-made burrow that I made for her there. Pretty basic setup. Log. This is one of the driftwood pieces. One of my favorite pieces. This is with Arkham, so we're going to give it to the female Augacephalus ezendami. And then I just glued these two plants in there just for some color. I wouldn't actually be surprised if the tarantula goes back here for a while and actually digs this side out and comes this way. So you'll have two ways. But the way she's been, every time I make a starter burrow for her, she does something completely opposite of what I expect her to. So this is the mini football helmet display case. She'll be good in here for a while, and you'll see she's not really all that big. So let me get her down. Hopefully she won't take off into her burrow right away. And then we'll set the camera up and see what we can get as far as filming. Again, I'm not guaranteeing anything. It may be some pretty raw footage. Hopefully there'll be no words that you shouldn't be hearing. And although, you know, I am pretty safe about rehousing them. So I'm not overly concerned about them taking off. It's just a matter of getting them to where I want them to be. So let me get her down and get this enclosure out of the way. Okay, so there's a quick glimpse of her before we get her in. I have a funny feeling this is going to be a treat getting this vial in there. Now, once I get the vial in there, then we'll put the piece of acrylic that I have with the holes in it over top of it, coax her into that. Generally when they get in there, they stay. I mailed my other, not mine, but Kelly's mail GBB off to Tarantula, fearnottarantulas.com today, and had no issues with him going into that vial. Went right into his packing thing with zero issue whatsoever. So hopefully this gal here will stay still, and we can get this in, and I can figure out a way to block her burrow so she can't fly down there. That's going to be the hard part, is keeping her from going in her burrow. So let me get this vial in there and see what we can do. Okay, so far the vial's in, and she has not retreated to her burrow. So we're going to give every concerted effort that we can to get her in there. I'm going to try and do a real quick lid swap here without her jetting on me, because she is very, very antsy right now. Okay, so we got that down. I got to hold it because there's kind of a gap. Okay, so what you want to do is watch there to your left. See if we can get her to just go right in there. That would be kind of ideal for us, but she's actually being pretty calm. Very calm, actually. You guys see her? Probably not. It's probably out of focus. I hope it stays in focus. Nope, we don't want you to go that way, dear. We want you to go in. Let me readjust here, so you could see how I do things, and you can see it's not the most. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, as I'm trying to watch the camera and mess with her at the same time. Oh, you were almost in there. All right. Get the other leg in there. There you go. See how easy that is. You can see her, she's just going to continue to climb into the vial farther. We'll put the lid on. There she is. So, a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears just to get her in there. I don't know if this will focus for you because of the flash of that light. Hopefully we'll get a good view of her in the enclosure. There's somewhat good view. So we'll get the other enclosure over here. And let me readjust the camera. Let me pause you. Guess you forgot to hit the record button again. That would be me. Yeah, because I paused you and never hit record again. That wasn't even me touching it. That was flat out not hitting the record button. Anyway, we're inside the burrow. You guys didn't probably see me at all with, well, you got the vial inside, right? So it's pretty self-explanatory. You've seen me do it before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this ring light back on, reset the camera up, try to get a view of her inside her burrow, and then put the lid on. And then I'm going to try and feed her because, again, she hasn't fed in a while, so she probably will be ready to eat. We'll get a good-sized red runner for her, and then maybe we can catch her feeding. Okay, so I've been struggling with the tripod here, but there she is, down deep in her burrow. Hopefully she'll just take to that, web it up, and she's got some room in the backside to dig if she wants. Not a ton of space, but there's enough room for her to dig a nice burrow and be down underneath the dirt. Again, some people have had these and they've dug way down. Some people have these and they've dug just a little indention and stayed in just that little area. So it's kind of how the tarantula is going to be comfortable. And you know, if you see yours constantly digging and trying to get down further than what it actually can, then maybe that one needs to be put in something deeper. So we're going to see how this one does in here and go from there. So I'm going to go get a red runner for her and see if we can't get her to eat anyway. We may have to film that through the lid just because she's uncomfortable in here and I don't want her to get spooked by a prey item and then jet on us. So give me a second and we'll get that set up. Okay, so the roach ran around here for like 10-15 minutes. Went in and out of the burrow a couple times. She didn't touch it. So I stopped filming. I cut the clip. Well, deleted the clip, actually. Got rid of it. And as I was readjusting the camera, the roach actually went all the way down in the burrow and she grabbed it right up. So yes, she has eaten, which is absolutely cool. I'm glad that she did. Hopefully she'll come out a little bit for us. I don't know if she will or she won't. It's a good sized meal for her. It was definitely needed. She was really ready for this. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the new setup for her and being able to see her in a little bit easier of an enclosure. I mean, the other enclosure was okay. I think the other enclosure would be much better for a tarantula that doesn't web. You know, maybe the Augacephalus musculosa can go in here, or even the Bomba cabocla would be a good one possibly to go into this enclosure. So we'll clean that enclosure out and then decide that. Well, maybe even something like the panther. Maybe the Megaphoboma mesomysalis, I don't know. But we'll have to figure it out. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know. I'm trying to get better at doing filming with certain things, but again, I'm very limited on space and room to work with. So until I get extra space, I just do the best that I can and put out the best videos that I possibly can. So you know the normal stuff: like, subscribe, share, comment. Please comment. I mean, I'm trying to get better at responding. So you know, if you have questions or comments or dislikes or likes, feel free to add them down below. Things that you would like to see, questions you would ask, not even maybe of this video itself, but of other things. I'll be more than happy to try and do videos that are wanted by people, the best I possibly can, and also answer any questions that I can get. We can do a Q&A video again. I would love to do another Q&A video. I just don't get enough Q's to do the A's with, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I got a lot of comments that say, you know, good video, you know, this. I mean, I have had some good questions, but I seem to answer them right away just down below instead of doing a Q&A video, which I probably should do. She's moving a little bit. But if she comes out, that would just be spectacular, wouldn't it? Yeah, you can come out. Nothing's going to hurt you out here. I promise. I don't want to jinx anything, so I'm going to knock on wood here real quick. But I've had pretty good luck with Asian species and African species being females. So I think in a couple of years that's going to be my concentration, is to breed African species and Asian species the best that I can, and enjoy doing that. The one that I can do right now probably is my Tarantula marinus and my Poecilotheria subfusca. Those are the two new or old world tarantulas that I definitely can. Look at that, she's dirt curtaining up there. But I definitely can get ready to breed. I still think both of them need one more molt, but I think my Marinus is pretty damn close to it. I think she could go. My Subfusca or Subfusca is a little bit different because I didn't get an opportunity to see her spermatozoa in the last molt because it was torn up, so I didn't get a chance to see if she's sclerotized, because the last one she wasn't. So yeah, I mean, I know baboons get a bad rap. Most of them do. There's a lot of people that are absolutely fascinated with them, and I'm definitely one of them. But a lot of people are really, really worried and scared, about their behavior, their defensiveness, their flightiness. Again, knock on wood, I haven't had any try to jet on me yet, as far as baboon species, other than the HMAC when I unpacked it. That was, a couple of years ago. But I really haven't had any baboons who really try to jet on me. So, yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start moving a few of these new worlds out and getting more baboon species. We'll try the Hysterocrates gigas, but I want it to be a little bit bigger than the little tiny ones that I got in that I can't keep alive for some odd reason. I would like to do a communal of the Heterothele gabonensis and Heterothele villicella. Those are kind of high on my list. The Ceratojaurus brachycephalus is definitely one that I'd like to try. People talked about OBT communals, and I've never seen one actually work, but it would be kind of intriguing to do. I just, you're right off the bat, you're pretty much spelling doom for a couple of them, just because you want to experiment. But I think if you experiment things to possibly deter people from doing things, or to prove a point that it can be done, but it can't be just anecdotal. It can't be just one instance. You have to do it a couple times, and you have to do a lot of paperwork and a lot of observation writing, and to get that to the point where you can make a documented paper saying, this is my experience doing this, and this is what happened. We had 5 OBTs in one enclosure, and by week 2 we only had 4, and by week 7 we only had 3. You know what I'm saying? Or by week 7 all 5 of them are still perfectly fine in 5 separate little burrows. And I know Marilyn Moore tried to do an OBT communal. I don't think it worked out very well for her. So I don't know if she put them all together right away. I can't remember, but I wouldn't mind trying it just to see. But I think that would be a lot harder to do than a Belfori. The rehousings for those would be much more difficult to do than Belforis would be. So, okay, well, I'm going to end now. You guys already heard the schmeal about the bell and the like and the comment and subscribe and all that other stuff. So we will see everybody later. I hope you guys enjoyed this Augacephalus ezendami, this pretty lady. Yeah, and happy keeping.